Hello and welcome back to the Topper Machine Sawmill. I'm Josh Topper, and today we are doing our follow-up video. Wednesdays are our follow-up video where I answer viewer questions and comments. And on Saturday's video, we set the posts for the sawmill shed. And as you can see, we've got them up and we've got them tied together at the top and cut off to height where I need it for the rafters. Now, one of the most common questions and comments on the video Saturday was the 4-foot post spacing, why I went 4 foot. I could have gone 8 foot, that would have worked. I could have gone 6 foot, but then we would have had to saw more 12-foot boards, and 8 foot is more common. So I went 4 foot, and the reason for that is now every rafter is going to be sitting on a post for snow load and for the weight of the roof. Because we're doing wood shingles, wood roof, we want as much structural integrity as possible. And 4 foot gives me that. Now 4 foot spacing might look a little excessive, but like I said, we needed the strength, and the strength is for 2 reasons really. It is the snow load, the weight of the roof, but there's also the drive adapter for the mill. So in order to drive the mill, we needed to extend the drive shaft out the side of the building, and with the use of the steam engine in the future, there's going to be a belt pulley out here on this shaft and the PTO adapter here, so we can run it either way. But that belt pulley is going to run the belt out to the steam engine. That's going to be pulling on this shaft pretty solidly, and we wanted as much structural integrity as possible, so I built this framework here to support the bearing, but tie these posts together and put all of that stress into these 3 poles. So that's the other reason for the 4 foot spacing. So there were a few comments about the sandy soil here. We have a lot of sand here. The glacier, when it came through this part of our state, it plowed off all of our topsoil, all of our beautiful material, and deposited it about 40 miles south. Where I grew up, about 50 miles south of here, has got some amazing soil. But here it's sand and nothing grows, and it would be desert if we didn't get rain. You can see some stuff grows, but not very well. We've worked very hard to keep things growing. There is not a lot of agriculture here because of that. It's very hard to get anything to grow. So while the soil for setting poles and drilling and everything is wonderful, it's not good for much else. And there were a lot of comments, well, not really a lot of comments, but questions and comments about our OSHA safety hydration breaks. Yes, we drank a few beers in that video. And somebody had asked how many beers we drank during the making of that. Well, we started out with a 12-pack between the 2 of us, and we did not finish it. I think we filmed each beer we drank, so what, 3 each? And between each beer was 3 to 6 bottles of water. It was miserable out here. It is in the 80s today. And when we did that, we set the poles, that was a few weeks back. It was the mid 90s, high 90s, and it was miserable. It was horrible, but it was the only weekend I had available to do this, that Pete had available. So it worked out. We got a lot done. And we started at 7:30 in the morning on Saturday morning when we started putting those in, and we were done before I think we were done by 4 o'clock, 3:30, somewhere in there. And we were sitting on the porch having a cold beer, and Carl decided to show up to help. So we came over here and we drilled and set poles for a lean-to for the Farmall F12 and the manure spreader. And then we decided we would go a little bit longer so it would work. So we set another pole there to extend our lean-to roof. And then we set these 2 poles out here to run cable to string a tarp over for extra shade in the summer. So we're not enclosing any of this. This is all going to be open except for a little awning coming off over here to cover me when I'm running the saw. But this will be wide open except for, like I said, those couple of cables to fix a tarp or whatever for shade. So, and then not only did we do that, but then we finished setting all the poles properly, put the cap board up there, and sawed off all the poles to length. So they are ready to go. We just need to start sawing for rafters to finish those. And let me bring you back over here to the drive adapter and show you. This is next week's video, making these things. And then after that is the belt pulley, which I don't think I'm going to have on yet to run it. but I got to balance that yet. That is done, but I did not film any of this build. So unfortunately you won't be able to see this, but that's where we're at. So that pretty much wraps up our follow-up video, and I hope that answered everybody's questions on as to the whys of why we did it this way and how we did it. And look forward to the videos next weekend with that drive adapter. Then the following weekend will be the belt pulley, and then after that I don't know what we're at. So we're going to be trying to get this mill up and running as quickly as possible so we can get back to sawing, because we've had some logs sitting here a little while. So with that, I thank everybody for sticking with me all these years and watching the progress around the shop and the mill. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for all your support. And until next time, get out in your shop and get it done right the first time.